Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Welcome people, welcome to my channel. What is a flatter day? Okay, so I've come in for a visit. This will be a flatter day shocker. Okay, a flatter day shocker for you all. What we're going to do now is we're going to put another puzzle piece into that puzzle of reality. Okay, and try and make more sense of it all. This will resonate with a lot of you. Let me know in comments what you think. Now what has happened is another Lee Flat Earth British epiphany moment, okay, with combination of what all the great Flat Earth British think tank peeps put together with their sharing and their ideas. Okay, now that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be thinking about on the cusp of the release of Flat Earth British bookage. Okay, our plain Earth, the Holy Grail, will be released very shortly, coming out soon, and we're 1 week today away from the Flat Earthers Convention, okay, in Kidderminster, England, with yours truly will be presenting, and there's my sort of presentation over by there. I'll collect a few more images. That will be for next weekend, so hope to meet you all there. I know loads of you are going to come and meet me and have a hug, or in my case, because I'm a Welshman, Kutch. Okay, peace and love. Plenty of love to go around, don't worry. We're gonna have such fun. Make sure to come. Okay, come in droves. And we'll have some fun. Okay, now let's see how this goes. Now Lee, Flat Earth British subscriber, if you don't know, he drives a van. Okay, apparently van driving is very therapeutic to mental processes, as in having epiphany moments. Now, something that everybody is noticing, the deeper we go down this rabbit hole and the more truth that we exposed, is things are getting awfully strange. But what that is, guys, is that's because their magic is dissolving, and the more we expose, the more their magic will disappear. It'll be a whole new day. This is how it's going to work. This is how consciousness works. Okay, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep busting their balls till they go. Okay, we don't want to play anymore. We're not doing your stage show, and when the show's over thing you keep doing. We're not playing. Okay. Don't give a fuck. Peace and love to you lot, guys. You lot are absolutely epic. No, basically I've got a little bit snowed. I've been working, as I said, all week, beekeeping, on the book, vlogs, trying to catch up. But if you are waiting for an email back from me, please be patient. I do get there in the end. Okay, just need to devote a few hours to it all when I get them. So flat day, happy flat day. Buckle in. Okay, buckle in. I mean it. If you're new to my channel, okay, you're gonna be very confused right now. Okay, but you're gonna need to watch back maybe 500 videos. You'll catch up then. Not really. I'll do a synopsis along the way. So, lots to talk about. Won't be all day. We're going to start here with lightning. And we're going to talk about aspects of this. Now, this was, according to Lee, something that Jens said, but most of us probably know by now that lightning doesn't happen from the sky down, but actually starts from the ground, and it acts and it connects. Okay, so you can actually catch this on camera. You see it like a shadow, and then it happens in split seconds, milliseconds. The whole thing lights up, but it starts in the ground. The electric is coming up from the ground. Okay, now let's have a think about elements of Technasma. If you don't know about Technasma, this is science in this golden age just gone by of collecting electrostatic charge out with ether. There was more electric static charge available during comets because they agitated the EM. There was more electrostatic charge following mud floods because of the nature of the ground, damp, gloopy, with the salt content. This thing has dielectric properties anyway, so it had an increase, and the land covered in water. Water is electric. It's all dielectric, or is torus fields. We'll talk about that along the way. So what they're doing is, in this era, this is from a Kirst book, okay, from, you know, 1600s, and they're telling you about it here, where they collect electrostatic and other properties maybe out of the ether. Now, what we've been discussing maybe for 2 years now between myself and Lee, okay, is were they extracting anything from the ground? Electrostatic charge, some kind of power out of the ground, because these things are put on watercourses, on straight lines like ley lines. All of these churches are lined up on maps. There's a lot of thought put into their building, and they're put on other nodal points, if you like, of other civilizations. You can see different aspects of Technasma through history, where they can show you, you know, these people in this period are literally shooting at this resonator, which is catching electrostatic charge. Also over here, maybe trying to take it out, trying to stop it, but the attack is on the Deu. Is on the electricity, which they thought to be God in this period. Electricity, what is it? Define it. Go on, define it. Outside of their official explanation, define electricity. To them, it's white, it's pure, it's power. It can kill you stone dead, or it can bring you back to life. It's everything. We people, you know, we have our blood, it's plasma, like the sun, plasma. And we have water, and we are mostly made of water, and just so happens that that is salt water, just like the sea. Dielectric properties. Us, but we are torus fields, the same as everything. Now, okay. Now, what we're going to think about now is, in a previous reset, the one before last, maybe the one they call Greco-Romano, the later than this. You can see there it is, all like nice and tiled. There it is in a mud flood. Okay. There were more people. This place was infinitely bigger. There's more in you with us that they don't tell us about, and this place was more populated. Okay, now they compressed everybody in cities, but the countryside is just empty, so there's more space for more people. Lots more space for more people. They all got killed in the reset. So where are all the people? We've often thought about, well, we summarise, did they burn them, did they cremate them, did they spread them in the sea, and that's what's given the sea saline properties. And then we juggled with the idea of, you know, just eating. They were mud flooded, so they're deep down underneath us. The bones of the reset victims are underneath layers of mud. Who knows down, far down, mile, 2, who knows? Layer upon layer upon layer of reset dead, and their bones. Okay, below our feet, and the water below our feet, and above. What was above? What was below? Bones, or human bones, have dielectric properties. They're piezoelectric forces. Okay, there's it can be registered, and if bones are put together, the register it can be increased. If bones are damp, their conductive properties increase. It is quite slight, but they have got dielectric forces. So bones, human bones, carry a charge. Quite a bit of it as well, apparently. Well, you know, it's 10 kilohertz there, which can be increased when it's damp. I'm not going to read all of this out. I just want to give you the information that human bones are dielectric, not amazingly conductive when dry, but they do that small amount. But when wet and when put together, things change. Human bones consist chiefly of calcium phosphate, which is a form of salt which dissolves poorly in a solid state inside the body. So obviously the salt as well. So the electrical and dielectric properties of the human bone. Okay, piezoelectricity can turn bones into batteries. Now, is the film The Matrix telling humanity that they're batteries because they're actually, that's what's going on, but not in the sense you think of, but only, excuse me, sorry about that, when we're dead. After resets. Electricity is all around us. It's in wires, it's in our walls, it's in the atmosphere, it's in our phones, our cars, and these days our books. And it's also hiding in very unexpected places, our bones. It's called piezoelectricity, which translates to electricity by pressing or squeezing. The brothers Paul Jacques and Pierre Curie first coined the term to describe the electricity when they saw it compressed quartz or turmoil crystals. Basically, piezoelectricity is a way of converting mechanical electric into electricity. Sorry about that, I didn't turn my notifications off. Pressure disrupts the balance of the object's electrical charges. One side of the crystal takes a positive charge and the other side becomes negative, which makes it a sort of microscopic battery. Wait for it, guys, wait for it. This doesn't work on everything. Stop squeezing your cat, please. Only certain crystals. Okay. Now, you know a piezoelectric crystal. If you have a clicky lighter, there's one in there. That's what makes that little... You put a thumb on it and it hurts. That's the piezoelectric crystal arcing. Okay, so that's what's going on there. You'd be surprised to know how many things those crystals make up and how useful they can be. Piezoelectricity is a force that allows recognition software to turn sound waves into signals for your computer to use. It was the reason quartz watches are accurate, and the force that transforms the grooves on your vinyl LP into music that you can hear. We can thank piezoelectricity for cigarette lighters, microphones, gas grills, ultrasonic technology, and potato guns. Yes, I love them. Its effects don't stop with appliances. Piezoelectricity can be found in all kinds of organic materials, from silk and wood to arteries, tendons, and bone. Okay. Yes, you can have crystals in your bones. Our skeletons are made of both hard and soft tissues. The rigid parts that hold up are comprised of crystals, calcium phosphate, also known as bone salt. Yeah, no. Japanese scientists first found evidence of piezoelectricity in human bones in the late 50s. And nearly 6 decades since, their experiments have been replicated and the results are validated. The bones definitely can hold a charge that works to our advantage. Okay. As it turns out, bones respond pretty well to a little jolt of electricity. Electrical stimulation encourages bone growth to heal. And in fact, that's now being exploited by orthopedic surgeons. Our bones are living, changing objects endowed with the body electric and their odd little spark. Now, going on that, so imagine billions of people layered, billions of people layered, billions of people layered below our feet, creating all that charge. Now think of the missing dead that are in catacombs, which we talked about 2 weeks ago, thanks to Captain Kirk, again, who pieces this together with all of us. Now, this was noticed by Lee because he got eyes like a shithouse rat. It's this. There's 18.5 million people under this catacombs in Paris's citadel, underneath, essentially, I suppose, Notre Dame Cathedral and all that citadel. Many caverns or tunnels haven't been excavated, but they say there's up to 20 odd million in there. This is what Lee noticed. These bones, apart from they're going to be wet, or damp at least, they're blackened. Now, what else he noticed is they are all tightly packed together and they've had a lot of thought put into it. I mean they're compressed together so that they're all touching, with a lot of thought put into it, guys. But the blackening, so just if these bones, 18.5 million of them, are these, okay, which they just told you is very, very possible, then there's a huge amount of electricity being generated below our feet, and all of our water, and above our heads. Okay, all that electrostatic charge, all of that water vapor that is in the air, even on a really dry day, it's still there. That vapor, water vapor, is there. Everything is torus by nature. This is doable. Are they creating huge human bone banks to create a charge? Let's have a look at that again. Now they're blackened because the battery has been run dry and now not being used. But what about this electric cable? Is this a bit of metal? It's not bone, is it? So it's going from this side and it's going from this side. Yeah. What about this here? Well, it looks like a wire, doesn't it? And it's going from this side to this side, so completing a charge. Yeah. Is this what they're doing with the dead? They're making infinite amounts of power. We are batteries when we're dead, and slaves when we're alive. We have a lesser life than the drone worker bee. Everyone working for the worker bee. Now, to complete the circuit, all buildings today are built temporary, so that when the reset comes, nothing will be left behind for the next civilization that comes in to pick apart and reverse engineer the way we have. They're going to find the pyramids, they're going to find these other places, Angkor Wat, etc. Puma Punko, who knows, higher places they will find. There's enough people to survive, and they will pick it apart. It will take longer. The controllers, they've got it down to a T. Their new towers of Babylon, there they are. They're built of glass and metal. Every one of them are conductive. And like, there are conductive properties in piezoelectric properties in some sorts of quartz stone. That is definitely the case. But in these cases, they're all conductive. And if lightning hits one, which they want to attract, it will hit a lightning rod and it will come down the side of the building. I fitted these things myself, a copper strip, all the way to an earthing port on the floor, where, according to them, the electricity will run away and seep away into the earth and it is gone. What if it's completing the cycle? You have the bones and bones and bones underneath creating a charge. The lightning comes out of the ground, not out of the air. Something's arcing. Also, with the Technasma devices, they're attracting this, this spark. Could it be because of the forces from below that's attracting and having to complete the circuit, hitting the Technasma device? Okay, hitting the Technasma device, and so completing the circuit from what's coming below. Yeah, this is the case because it's all dielectric by nature. So completing the circuit. Okay. So, to just summarize what I just said, the human bones, the dead have gone somewhere. They are under our feet, standing on the shoulders of giants, literally, because the giants could be down there, but I can't verify their piezoelectricity forces in their bones because I don't know anything of their structure. But we'll go on humans, or whatever people or whatever have gone before us. The bones, piezoelectric forces, they could definitely be batteries, and stacked together in the millions underneath a city would create huge amounts of electrical charge. So could it be utilized for humanity? Yes. Or the people above? Yes. And the whole circuit of attracting Technasma, okay, is drawn from the power you've got below, we've got to complete a circuit. Okay, so it's coming from below, from them bones, them electrified bones. And when the comets do go over as well, this is another thing it causes for the death of millions, is static phenomena in the atmosphere causing epidemics. General statement in facts tending to prove the atmospherical causes for epidemics, mass plant die-offs, mass humanities. They talk about miasma and a variety of headaches in connection with atmospherical electricity. So you can get headaches with atmospheric electricity as well, with a lot of it. And it goes into a lot of details about what happens in these times. So the atmosphere will determine your health, how it's changing. Atmospherical air, animal life, plant life, it goes into it all. So I'm going to link that up, just extra thoughts. I'm not going to go too much into it, we're going to move on. Now this was a couple of weeks ago. We're thinking about where all this power that they were creating and how it could have been utilised in this golden era of Tartaria. Okay, this was a few weeks ago, maybe a month back now, when I was in Nottingham with Mel and we were taking photographs, right? And a couple of days ago, we were looking at a church and noticed, like, do you know them portals in the sides? It's like, yeah. So like, do you think something plugged into them? Because it don't half look like a plug. It's like, yeah, they really do look like plugs. So this one's had the stone taken out, but you can see some of them, they got like just the 4 holes, but they block every one of these Technasma ports up. Okay, so let's have a little flick through so we can see any Technasma ports. There's one there. That's the same one. There's one in that building. Could they have been for some sort of balloons, electric balloons, aerial transport? They're on all of these Tartarian structures. If I can find a few of these portals. Excuse me. Well, I can bring them up anyway on churches at the end, but you'll see these portals absolutely everywhere. I'm sure you know of them. Just bring that down. Excuse me. Let's have a look at Cardiff. Maybe that'll show me some portals. This is my city. Oh yeah, I was here 2 nights ago. I'm going to show you that in a minute. It's Llandaff Cathedral, Madrid. Okay, let's have a look here. Amiens, London, Washington, United States. Give me some portals. Give me some portals. There. Okay, Detroit is the lucky contender. Apparently that's been bought by Ford, the general station. So I've been told by a Detroitian. Is that what you call when you're from Detroit? So even these Tartaria buildings will get these Technasma ports. Do they just... yeah, see, yeah. Just for the emittance of organ sound and Technasma sound. Some of them are perfectly round, like these. Almost as if something could fly in the side, in the apex, they're better, and just plug in and fly off again, like airplanes do when they're refueling. The roads are broader than they should be for, excuse me, for horse and carriage. There's definitely another mode of transport going on. Bear in mind, nothing new under the sun. And it could have been refueling these. Maybe they just plugged in on the buildings with one of a cable, charged up with 3 Technasma. These portals are on every building. Look, this is New York City. Thanks, Heidi. And you'll see them on just bog standard buildings. We got any on there? Well, no, it's all been blocked up. Whatever's on that Phoenician bloody building. Nice bit of raw iron on there. Looks copper. So, excuse me. Anyway, so you get the drift anyway. So Technasma holes are portals, which I have got many pictures of actually. Just being weird. Okay. Things. Castles, places. There you are. I got hundreds. So let's have a look at cathedrals, which I visited one only 2 days ago. And there it is, Llanfair Cathedral. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So organ music going through Technasma or could something plug in? Could that be what's happening? See what I mean? They're all on everything. These holes, these portals. Alright, they could be for emitting Technasma. But they're on every building. And they're the same. They're like 3 ports, like a plug hole. Oh, that's fake apparently. Again, portals. Emitting sound, yeah. But they could be utilised for that. Harmonic resonance devices. It's all about the portal windows, and it's all about the massive cymatic windows. These 3 you get in this shape look exactly like a plug. Like it should just plug into something. So anyway, electricity. They're making millions of electricity, Martin. What are they doing with it all? Well, as I said, guys, nothing new is under the sun. Okay. They had high-speed trains in 1893. That are like the bullet train in Japan. Okay. Now, if you're going to be looking into the first official narrative for training, you've got to start here, okay, which is Stephenson's rocket, okay. So if you believe this, and the next bit what I'm going to show you, you're going to have to start scratching your head and wondering how they came on so quick. So they built the Manchester to Liverpool railway. It's the first in the world, you know. It was going to run along like the Manchester Shipping Canal, etc., etc. And they have like a test for trains to go along it. And Stephenson wins with this, you know, the other one blew up. You know, it's the first train in history. Okay, so Liverpool to Manchester Railway. 1829 trains of this piece of shit. Sure, they evolved a little bit better over the next 5 years or so. So, in the official narrative, in 1829, the first railway train is Stephenson's rocket on the Manchester to Liverpool Railway. The first of its type, in reality. Yet, only 50 years later, they have electric high-speed trains. Okay, so they went from Stephenson's rocket to that in 50 years. Anyway, so what are they doing with all the electric? Well, they probably planes, trains, automobiles, and street lighting. Same as today, but, you know, free. So in 1893, 100-mile-an-hour speed electric train. So is this from stolen history? I don't usually look at that stuff, 'cause it steals history. This is definitely not something I've ever heard of before, but it's about a 100-mile-an-hour train in 1893. It's very interesting. It sounds like actually started implementing the project by grading 24 miles of proposed real estate. Logically, the fact that it was supposed to mean that they didn't have the solution to the design of the above locomotive. So was it used? Was it not? Okay. Yeah, first recorded 100-mile-an-hour speed train was in 1834, so it's just hypothesizing, okay. Work on the railway commenced on October the 6th at Edinburgh. 24 miles of graded line was weather permitted, and they have depictions of it here. And it's supposed to be in a mud-flooded world, by the way, with big Italian buildings. A high-speed train. There it is again. In another depiction. In Chicago, St. Louis Electric Railroad brochure. So they had like a bullet electric train in Chicago. The size of these buildings just out of nowhere. Fields. But they require an electric train to go up down one street. Just one street. Until the rest is dug out, probably. Anyway, so yeah. So in 1892, they had high-speed train in Chicago. And only 50 years after Stephenson's rocket, they got something like this. Oh, that's pretty cool. Tiny that is then, guys. Yep, it's a tiny little train. So, food for thought, that's what they might have been doing with electricity. High-speed electric trains, they did exist in the 1890s by all accounts. Stephenson's rocket is bullshit. You can't come that advanced in 50 years. That's as nutty as everything else in this reality that they tell us about. It makes no sense whatsoever. Next, we're going to look at another little mind blower. If you watch the series The Greatest Secret Never Told, concerning beaver dams, or the beaver make of dams, we studied Amsterdam and the Phoenicians' mastery of water with this place. Damming it, getting the mud off the water off the land after the events. Okay, is what we studied on The Greatest Secret Never Told. Now, what we discovered was the map of early Amsterdam was the shape of a beaver's head. Check this out. New York when it was still Amsterdam, or New Amsterdam. Okay, so here's how Amsterdam looked, turned into New York overnight. New Amsterdam was renamed New York in 1664 in honor of the Duke of York. In those names, the English had captured it, blah blah blah. That's the official narrative anyway, bullshit. So there it is. Okay, now check this out, guys. So they put a star fort where Battery Park is, roundabouts there in Manhattan Island. So there's, like, you know the story, the official story. Manhattan's there, the Indian man with hat on, and New Amsterdam 1660. Okay, but check the buildings already. Now this is the map of New Amsterdam 1660, and as you can see, they made it into a beaver's head. Here's the eye as the star fort, the nose, even the teeth. Okay, now here's a gobsmacker. New York is exactly the same. They have a star fort where the eye is, tough, even the river, or it's facing a little bit of a different way. So the eye, the nose, and that little jetty for the turf. So it's the eye, the nose, and that little jetty for the turf. Next one down from the jetty is a canal that gives you like a sort of mouth thing. Next one down from the jetty is a canal. So to be exact, the beaver head map of Amsterdam from 1660 is identical to the map of New York of the same period, or 1670, excuse me. Let's just puff that up a bit, if actually I can't actually see that. Excuse me. 1653, so it's a little bit earlier than that. So Phoenician mastery of the water. Look at this wall here, the city wall. The whole of New York is a type of star fort, all the way up to the Bowery. So, oh, there it is. Excuse me. As Dick Storm knew it in 1662. Huge star fort, and the shape of a beaver's head. See the star fort here? Some sort of communication tower by the look of it. You see that, guys? Let's have a look at that. Sorry. Oh, it disappeared. I was gonna. Oh, there you go. It's a flagpole, but why all the knobbly bits? Well, anyway, that's New York City. In 1673, and it's star forted, and it's the shape of a beaver's head. Who knew? So we got the French with a W. I won't be doing them anymore. 2 V's, like that shit. And the British, Phoenicians. The Dutch surrender, New Amsterdam. Some dude with 1 leg. Okay, bit of history. Fancy that though, Amsterdam being exactly the same beaver head. Now we're going to move on because this is only going to be an hour-long vlog. Okay, it's not going to be a tremendously long vlog because I need to get on. Now, this is concerning my book, guys. I don't know if it's going to be out in time for the convention next week. I'm having, a lot of work with, the legality of the images required to go in the book, and you've got to get them exact because in this book's case, an image is worth 1,000 words. So trying to find, good ones. It's taken a lot of time. So I'm still in the process of doing that, but everything else, you know, just tying up loose ends. This will be ready. So I want to thank everyone who's pre-ordered this. There's been quite a few. Keep them coming. You'll be able to take pre-orders all the way now, and it'll be out now in the next few weeks or so. Okay, a couple of weeks. Who knows? Soon. And it's a mind blower. It's called our Flat Earth, the Holy Grail. Okay, and there it is. So make sure to order your book today, and you can learn everything about this subject. This is indeed mind-blowing. I'll give you these links, and it'll tell you all about me. I'm an author, speaker, educator, alternative historian, flat earth, spiritual, political, and educational. Yeah, I'm that, and a couple of other things. So, hey, not that. I meant beekeeper. Somebody swore then. Flat Earth British Live will be at Kidderminster next Saturday, a week today. Quite looking forward to that. Catching up with all the Flat Earth peeps. Reminding them all that the Flat Earth book is on the horizon. Because I have been on a live event this week. 2 nights ago, or 3 nights ago, I was on Ranty Effie, my mate Ranty Effie. Big shout to him. I'll link him. Thanks very much, Ranty. Ranty allowed me to talk about my Flat Earth book. Only one other channel has done that. That would be Robin, the organiser for this glorious affair, who's lifting the lid. So I want to thank those guys very, very much for helping me talk about our Flat Earth British book. So yeah, that's happening. That's on the horizon next week. If you want to catch up, it's in Clear Motorville Golf Club, blah blah blah. There's parties. You can meet D-Marble, which would be epic. And the Globe Light Tour. So it's Jason, Roxanne. Now I'm going to go to the Globe Light Tour Thursday or Wednesday this week, because they're in Cardiff land, unless the hurricane hits. Don't know what will happen. So there you are. Sunday, Dave Murphy, Max Sargent, Dave Marsh, and I am on at 4 till 6. 2 hours. There's plenty of time to do what I need to do. So that'll be epic, guys. Looking forward to that. Okay. Pictures. Somebody has joined the think tank, has been putting some glorious pictures on. Let's have a little look before I go through a few of mine. So I won't be keeping you, as I said. Today, the flat day. Right, I do want to summarise what we may have learned. That is a curious building. What's that made of? Stone. So it's a tower with a roof put on later, and a load of energy gatherers for the age of free energy, which they took from us so they could bill us forever and keep us enslaved. And there's one of those Phoenician whales, or they're whalers, giving it what for. But they're not whalers. That's strange meat Phoenicians again. They come up in that whale, spit them out like Jonah, and then they're very muscular, aren't they? But they got like growths as well. Like they all look like that, Phoenicians. Very sinister indeed. So yeah, somebody new joined. I think his name will come up now. He's got some really funky stuff. So Georgian Dragon, some gods doing alchemy. Now, a couple of days ago, Mel visited, and she got this book, and I would just love for her to read it. It's the mythos or Greek mythology, and while you're reading it, you just know this is what is really going down. It talks about Prometheus, it talks about the Golden Age, it talks about the events, how the Phoenicians right the way through, but they don't regard them as the Phoenicians, but it's the Greeks. But anyway, guys, they talk about the Titans, they talk about the fact that they could be below our feet and walking on them, etc. Walking on the shoulders of giants, exactly that. And they said that most of the Titans are sort of on lockdown and don't have any interaction with humanity for the time being until the end time, until the last year, or the great year. But they said that the good news is, and it is good news, so I'm happy to share it, is there's a woman or female, not woman, because that means a man with a woman. That's them Phoenicians again. A man with a womb. It's a man with a womb, not a man. So that's not good. So there's a female, one of these gods called Hope, and she's still looking out for us. Apparently, she still has her hand helping humanity. So apparently, the good news is we always have hope. So that makes sense. Check this out for a Phoenician building, all blocked up, mud flooded. Even down there, little Phoenician faces. Look. Wow, the effort in that facade. Blank panels, lions, Bacchus, fruits flowing. Nice big portal. Wonder why they put bars on that portal. No one's going to break in there. It's not for security. It looks to be recently added though, because this white mortar in here. See that a lot, you know, railings in windows, but why is 2 stories up? All blocked off, every window blocked off. Whatever that was, it isn't anymore. So, more Phoenician world. Afraid I don't know where it is. Okay, let's have a look at this. Blocked, 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 blocked. All the bottom windows blocked. So what are you going to get with all of these structures? All add alterations. These are very nice. Look at them columns up there. God. Blank. Okay. Very, very nice. And the Greek urn. So yeah, I went to the Lander Cathedral, not last night, night before. Look at this for a mud flood. Paris. Demolition of batteries in Paris. That's the demolition of batteries. What kind of batteries are they, guys? They're like pillars all put together again, like batteries. Batteries! Demolition of batteries. Literally. What say you guys? What saith you? Is that what they mean? Or they mean in like a military, you know? This is not the days of the communards, is it? It's 1860s, not really, looks later. Alright, they're smashing up something here. Don't see any armament, don't see any gun, don't see any concrete, any turret. You just see these strange things which are pillars put together, which is like a battery, like we just talked about. These are batteries, like literally. Huh. Wow. So look at these. Blank panel. Humongous stuff, a little people. Statues removed. Laurel. The law of L. Electric. Maybe. Laurel. Wonder what that done. It's got a door. Steel door. Going into where exactly? Oh yeah, of course the ship. Fasces behind for a huge pillar. Huge doors. Huge doors. Windows. Okay, let's have a little look at this. No, this, oh, I've seen this before. This fellow's loaded these on the think tank. He's put some great plasma discharge event depictions in. So you can obviously get on there here yourself. Anybody's welcome to check this out. I will link it through my website now, where you can find it. And I want to thank everybody who takes part in this. Obviously, it's just, you know, really kind thing to be able to share. And we do attract good people here, which is a good thing. And everybody who's in this experience is a blessing to us all. want to thank John Levy for writing me up a little preface to my bookage. I've asked UAP, he's going to do me one, so thanks you, brother. And Lee, Flat Earth British sub, who fucking killed it. It was brilliant. It was like, oh, you're so good. So yeah, did you know the original in this book that we're reading is Atlas in mythology is actually holding up the sky, and the Phoenicians have got him holding up a globe. So part of the old expositions, they put up some strange huge ass stadium in 1887, and so yeah, it's not good how they did that with Atlas, isn't it? Oh yeah, Atlas yields the ball up. Oh, does he? Is that a dragon in the water? Yeah, it's a huge dragon boat. So give us a second. Star footage. Gets down to some plasma resetty stuff here. Oh, so is this what they're plugging into them buildings? Could they be electric? Could it be another mode of transport? Be manery? The reverse engineered star forts. What's this? Some giant star. I suppose it could be a firework. And this whatever, straight lines. This is some Technasma science in itself. So yeah, between civilizations they need to terraform, so they're making huge amounts of steam, which is whitening up the sky, which is why you only see the sky white in all of the Victorian, so-called Victorian images. I've seen this loads. You just move on a bit, guys. I want to stop on. Oh my god, that looks interesting. So again, some sort of plasmery happening with this. And they're all people. It's all sort of out of perspective, I suppose. So Phoenicians currently in their chariots, blowing their conical. Now the conical was talked about obviously as well in this. It was sinister once that conical blows. I like this. I like this. So different countries. You get the dunce's hat again. Plasma discharge event. They're going up a pole. Skull and crossbones, everyone dead. So they're safe. Are they laurel leaf? A Roman. And top of his pillar is just a spike. So you've got active fasces, literally holding it, eagle, wings open. He's blowing air on him, magnetics, and his civilization is burning. Crossed knives, crossed swords, active charge, flame on the head, wings, and a fleur-de-lis. This guy is French. He's not having. He's got higher than most, but there's a active charge there too, and all of the winds blowing on him. The four angels, and that guy seems to have got there. He has his laurel leaf and his fleur-de-lis, and he's shiny, and he won. Yeah, he won. Right, so that's an analogy for getting into power. So look at these are beautiful. Nice HD. Sorry I'm juggling through, but I want to show you these plasma discharge events. You got this, you know, the dove with the plasma, the sound, and you got a Pope in a backside setup because he's just like he's one of them. They all are. Popewdy. Although I did see John Boy, he did wave. Pope John Paul, he was alright. Well, he's not. I don't know anything about it. I do. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. But you know, he waved. He had a jolly face. So we got the Tartars, the Russians, and the French. And we have plasma discharge there too. Who knew? And the transport of old. This one's Phoenician. Full on. And a many-headed Hydra. Who knows, guys, if this is reality. The serpent is an analogy for electrical charge. Is this why St. Patrick chased the snakes out of Ireland? The hourglass, the cube, everything analogous for the place where we live. We're getting to know these symbols now. With the great unveiling, all our wings open, all our active charge. To reset the whole place. So, aerostat. And the famous, by now on Flat Earth British, mirrors of the past, safeguarding our future, which I've shown many, many times, which is a reset depiction, which is hellish. It shows the all-seeing eye, which I showed on my last vlog in a Phoenician booklet, and it's upside down, which Lee Flat Earth British thinks indicates that we are upside down. Also under the Great Italian Ocean, or the ocean above, that we are upside down. Well, we're breathing like liquid, which is air. We don't feel like that we're fish swimming in a soupy ocean, do we? But we in fact are. We can't know frame of reference to know that we're not. We are, you know. So, you know, great, you know. Water and air are very, very, very close, and it's packed with water in, yeah, so we're like watery breathing creatures mostly anyway. What's this? So yeah, thanks whoever that is. Let's have a quick look who is donating the, and his name is Tom Paul. So big shout out to Tom Paul, thank you very, very much. Your stuff is very, very, very juicy. Another reset depiction. So the Pope got like plasma discharge. He's got plasma discharge too. Yeah, that's a Spanish breed of horse. Leo the Britannicus, taking up Napoleon with his broken sword. Fire breathing toads, fire breathing serpents, eh? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because I will have my staff beside me, which will zap your ass if you come too close. And this is Rome's, you know, after the events. The bridges are still smashed. Okay. Up until about, you know, 1900, they're all smashed. So we got a flat earthy thing here. Ooh. Somebody riding a lobster. Look, rock lobster. Oh. Eee. So, I don't actually like that because it's not actually sure. It's an armory, is it? Wow, look at that fascist type setup. No faceless knight. Oh, there he is. Have to go far to find that. And post mud flood, stairs going up to the giant doors. You need them that big, because people are this big. And there's a door that was there. Look how old this is. Looks like it's been water that's run down here and has washed this and has made it smooth. You find this on a lot of these buildings. You get a water line. Notice the same in Nottingham and other places. So, plasma discharge event from the controllers, who are the Phoenicians, setting things alight. There's that bloody dunce's hat again. Ah, is this smell? And their nose are melting along again. It's not like Pinocchio, your nose grows long when you tell lies. And he'll always have this bird with the wings open with the active charge, because that's the analogy, the code for EM Tech in antiquity. The hidden hands of the controllers, which are either just out of our reality in another dimension, or very much here with us, but in another place. So they could be in a spiritual sense. I think they have dark entities working in their favour. They fuck with you. Fasces, fasces. Wow, look at this building. God, they are so into themselves with decoration, these Phoenicians. And don't even inch, do they? So that'll be me anyway. So again, plasma discharge. Voltaire. And reset. Oh, let me just look at this last one. So yeah, you can view these at your own leisure on a great flat earth British think tank. There's many on you. I need to find some time to add some myself. I have quite a few. So, well, thank you for a great week. Obviously, peeps, everyone's been very kind. I gotta catch up though. And caring. So there's that prismatic thing going on, or that, excuse me, where they reflect the light. Are they telling us it's an apparent sun, or is this deaggregation? Illumination of reason. Their reason, their rules, their tablets. Thou should not kill, unless, of course, we tell you to in a war. And then we'll say you're a hero. We'll give you everything. We'll say congratulations, you've been a very good human. But it says on the 10 Commandments, I'm not supposed to kill. Don't worry too much about that. We've got to hang on that. We'll work it out for you, okay? So I won't be like eternally damnation then. No. Shell's egg. Shells. Of the Phoenicians. So yeah, that's where we are so far, guys. I'm going to come back and I'm going to recap. More plasma reset. Oh, that's mud flooded. Look at that. Still occupied. So that's when they're actually using it for their bullshit, the Phoenicians. Fighting dragons and gladiatorial purposes. Once it's no longer a water tower and it's smashed to shit. Yeah, they're doing it then. What's this? Rope. What would they be doing with all that rope in there? And it says dock at the back of it, who knows? Okay, you can check all these out for yourself anyway. I know I'm going too quick. So, right, British, coming back. I've got a couple of pics there. This is like I was talking about the Horn of Plenty in my last, but obviously you can buy one and wear it around your neck. So it's a Phoenician symbol. And something I'll be talking about next Saturday, okay guys, is elements of the greatest secret never told, which is the 4 angels and the electromagnetic properties of this place. It's dielectric. Universe, if you want to call it. Did this place ever exist? I can't tell you. But it would be fun if it did. But it looks Phoenician. Sorry, what we got here. There's an Indian Red Fort of Delhi. And some beautiful big elephant thing. Pushed by 2, 4, 6. Maybe they're in 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16. For a back-a-side thing with a coffin on top. Napoleon's funeral, 1840. You had photographs. Why didn't you say photographs? Just saying. So that is it. I've got plenty more photographs, but I got to get on, guys. I need to recap. Now, I'm going to be only able to pop in to see you maybe once or twice if I'm lucky this week. But next week, I intend on cranking up live at the convention. Okay, we'll chat, we'll go and talk to people, and we'll grab them. Okay, is what we're going to do. So, thank you all. No, don't go. I'm finished. My visit on a couple of days ago. I went to Lanza Cathedral, which is just down the road, with Melage, and had a visit. And it's pretty shit hot. Went to like the spooky cemetery and stuff. Oh, this is something I made on my photos last night. So we'll have a little summarise of the summer activities, mudflood hunting. Is what we'll do. That was... God, that long ago. Oh, time flies. This was last night before. It was getting dark. We were at this, like, the home of the Welsh Anglican Church, and there's some crazy person inside playing the organ. So it's so I didn't see him, but you can imagine that his hair was going all wild, and he was doing his, he was getting his Amadeus on, What about Bach? Bach is almost Bacchusite, isn't it? Bacchusite, yeah, it is. So they had Jesuit wallpaper ceiling in there. Couldn't really pick it up. Jesuit. It had the Jesuit symbol as well for an Anglican church. And devils on the building. And the best little spookiest graveyard. But we were losing the light of old graves. Can't see the date. Nice symbol though. Just like that plug. And the Celtic cross, which is the place where we live. And a really old church in the centre, a really old tree. We do like old trees. No spectral phenomena. That's for Soft Marriage, looking at George and the dragon on a Welsh church. Now all of this side was taken out in World War II in a mine attack. And this is the oldest part. And apparently in here in 1850 there was a Roman temple. I've got a book about it in the house. I have vlogged about it. But in Flat Earth British London Cathedral, there's literally 2-3 hours of this place. Look at the size of that window, really low down. Stairs going down there. Into a lot of mud. I don't know what that is. Bit of footage. Bit of footage. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. And that's outside it. So. Nice, sweet sounding. You can see the transition of the grey at the bottom.
The dragon up there above it.
Yeah.
That big fat dragon.
Nice. Nice. Nice fat dragon. Sweet Technasma. On the home of the Welsh Anglican Church, Llandaff Cathedral. Over the graveyard. The Bishop's Steps, which looks like it's a little bit of mud, it's just stopped short for some reason. You can stop for years a plane. It's strange. I think it might be. I'm not sure. So, the one tower, which has no steeple on it, was apparently built by Henry VIII's nephew, Caspar, and apparently the top blew down in the storm of 1709, and they just built this rebuilt on top, and the other one spire is still in. Remember what we said, cemeteries with one tower blown off, okay, have graves, and two towers seem to have none. They seem to be underneath these pillars. Oh. Sounds possessed.
I don't know.
He's probably shaking his head like Mozart in tribute mode.
Really long white hair all over the place.
Oh.
And his tail.
Llandaff Cathedral, FTP Pics.
That fat is. What is that? The flame going through it. It's not a sword.
Don't know. It looks like a comet.
It does.
This is the tower that got knocked down, that other one there, Casper Tower.
Pretty good. I'm not sure what that one is. Nothing. And that strange door on that cathedral with the Bacchusite reeds across it. Amazing these. Look at them for hinges. There it is, home of the Welsh Anglican Church, Llandaff Cathedral. Loads of things missing, loads of things blocked up, loads of changes. Look at these windows here. What do you think they were for? Shooting arrows? Letting light in? Having a look out? It's weird, isn't it? It's almost two separate churches. It's grey, it's block. It's completely different to this. I've got the history. I've got a book from 1932. I literally lent it to the people in here. They wanted to know the face of a dead saint who was in there or something, and I had it. So they basically took photographs of it. Just a handle. Oh, very strange handle. Yeah, in front of this church is a big hill called the Bishop's Steps. Usual. And a bit of wallage, 2 separate wallage, and they've used stones facing down. It's really old hard concrete. Can't tell you how old that is. There it is, just before the sun goes down. Really, really atmospheric with the keyboard going at the same time. And there's a sword with a flame, so it's electromagnetic. Yeah, look like fasces. Nice how the lights catching it. Okay, guys, that's me. This was all taken out in World War II. 1941 Cardiff Blitz. A pilot dropped a mine. He floated down and took out the side of the cathedral, which was rebuilt by the famous architect Epstein. This was apparently a giant tower, which was outside, and that's the remnants. So it is really wide. So it must have been like a 100-foot high tower. What could that have been for? It was me.
Bishop.
Ooh, sorry. I'm sure if what's that one off? Anyway, that's me. I'm going. I gotta get on. So, guys, I'm gonna be back in a week. Got Flight of British Book, a Flight of British Convention, all coming this week. Globe Light Tour, loads to look forward to. Very exciting times. And another piece for the puzzle. Do you think the reason electric comes from the ground and goes up rather than the other way around is because of the large amounts of piezoelectric human bones from previous resets, which are all in layers of mud or directly below our feet? What about Technasma? Do you think Technasma had a practical application, as in plugins for some sort of aerial vehicle, or who knows, on the side? Maybe they're just big trunking coming out of them to power who knows what. This was the golden era. We know little about. We know the buildings that are left over, they were so much more. We haven't worked out exactly what's going on. We know Technasma, there's more. Whole place is dielectric. You know this, guys, and we are torus fields. It all works on microcosms of how this place works. That's how we work it out. Reverse engineer antiquity. So yeah, shouts. Anybody wants any birthday shouts, contact me for my next vlog coming up. And that's all we're doing. Remember, hope has got a hand. So this is epic. Okay, excited about that? Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? And Ranty, thank you for having me on your channel and talk about my book and my subjects. Okay, so that's really kind of you. So make sure to subscribe. Please share this out. Okay, because you don't share, they won't. I mean, and whatever other YouTube things that they do. Okay, I will see you in a week. I gotta get on. I've got lots to do. Peace and love. Be good. Okay, if you're not, I will hear all about it. Okay, one love.